The gathering is taking place in the Fanad Peninsula of North Donegal. The men chatting remember the hard times of the 30s. All three are craftsmen. Over the years they have remained in the area around the village of Portsalon, working for local people. They learned their trades in their early teens.
At the time the free beef and everything else was going and everything else. Telling the young chaps. That was a tough time.
Started off in a class first. In fact, the first thing I made was a fiddle.
Is that right?
With a pocket knife.
A very strong thing to make.
Well, I made it with a pocket knife now.
Well, my father was thatching the most days time, and I also had an uncle. And I learned it from both of them. And I first started off with thatching small outbuildings about my own place, and eventually, as time went on, then I went here and there to neighbours.
Well,
Fetching for them. I had an interest in some. Very start off.
The accents are rooted in North Donegal. Many of the words and phrases are commonly heard in parts of Scotland. Hugh Dorian is an expert stonemason.
When I was a young lad going to school, we used to have good quality stones in the Ross, you know. And so I was only about 13 at the time, and we had a dog, and I thought I'd go and build a house for the dog with stone, see how it would do. And because there was no mortar or no cement at that time, yes, I went down to Donegal and got mortar, that blue mortar, and buttered the blue mortar. So brought on and built a wee house for the dog and completed and fetched it with rashes and everything else and completed. And that wee house is still up yet with the blue mortar and never come down in the home place. So I went on from that there, and I was another year back and forth, or build wee bits of walls and around a bit my own house and everything else. And I was very interested in stone over there, one that or nothing else. So that neighbour of mine was building a 2-story house, and it's all stone too. So I went over to him, and they both had started the house ourselves too. Well, he took the outside of the wall and that to the inside of the wall. And I was young at the time, and he was a good bit older than me. He's dead and gone at the present time. And I built my own part inside, and he built his part, and we put it up to the joists and put on the joists. And we thought it was too much for us to build the second story, and we got another woodmason over from Downings. So we finished the house.
The three men, all of them pensioners, recently combined their skills to restore a 200-year-old cottage to its original condition. It has been the home of the McElwee family for 6 generations, and the owner went to great lengths to restore special features inside and outside the building. There are hundreds of cottages from the same era vacant in the west and northwest. The vast majority of them are left to fall asunder. It took around £16,000 to restore this particular cottage.
Just to give you an idea, we had left it for somewhat around 20 years, and it was used as a shed or barn, old straw, hay and turf. And even to give you an idea of the state that it had got into, we had turf right where I'm sitting here.
I suppose you had good and bad memories of your times here.
Oh, I've had some very happy memories here. I would say more happy memories than bad memories. I remember well growing up here as a little fellow and playing around the house, and even that bedroom you saw upstairs there, where we threw a suitcase out the window, my shoes after it, sneaking down the stairs, heading off to London. First time I'd ever been past Letterkenny in my life. So certainly it holds some, might say, adventurous memories for me as well. I think it's very sad travelling around the county myself, as I do as a commercial traveller. I see how fastly these cottages are disappearing, and there's virtually none of them being restored, or I know of none being restored to the way I've done this one. As a matter of fact, I've seen some quite nice cottages now lying on wall stage, even in the last 5 years. And I certainly would say that it's just a pity that there's not more of them being done.